All right, what's going on, everybody? We're back with some news, some new news. Check that out. I haven't brought you guys news in a while, but this actually literally just got revealed as I was recording something else. So I was like, put that on pause. We gotta check this out. You guys might see this tonight, or you'll see it the next morning. We'll see, because it is almost 1, and I have to work in the morning. But anywho, so we got a tweet from PokeBeach.com. You should follow their Twitter. You should also follow my Twitter. But they just said that they got all 80 main set cards revealed for the Inferno X set coming out in Japan. So I've got it clicked up here already. So if we go to the page, the whole set reveal is here. Now Inferno X is going to come after Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia in Japan. So they're going to get it. They're going to get it actually later this month, September. We're going to get it in our Phantasmal Flames, which is going to come out for us in November. And that'll put the Mega Gengar and Mega Diancie decks between those and the stuff here. They're going to combine them to make our Phantasmal Flames set. Excuse me. I am Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia. Cool, whatever. Awesome. Cool, we get Megas back. I am super, super, super excited for Mega Charizard EX. I am so excited. I cannot wait. I got Y back there because, well, stop asking. But X is going to be super cool to play with. Charizard X is awesome. I love Charizard. Y or X. Mega Charizard X, by the way, is my favorite. But again, ignore that. Okay, moving on. So a lot of these have already been kind of covered, and they don't have the translations for all of these right now. They're working on them, but I didn't really want to stay up for that. So I translated a couple of the other ones that well, not myself, but I found the translations, and they're a little rough, but we can kind of piece them together. When the official ones come out, obviously that'll get revealed, but I think they're pretty close and accurate. So skimming through here, we've got a lot of stuff here. What I'm super excited for, we'll get into a bit. So we'll go over. So this is kind of like the main stuff. Jesus, ad blocker, where are you at? Get off of my screen. All right. So we've got a Vileplume here. It's just 30 damage. Active Pokemon's now poisoned to sleep. Whatever. We got this Mega Heracross EX. We'll go over a lot of these quickly because they've already been covered by other YouTubers and stuff, and they've been out for a bit. So for 2 grass, Panzerhorn, 100 plus damage. If this Pokemon was damaged by an attack during your opponent's last turn, it does that much more damage. So it does 100 base, but like let's say you hit it with Phantom Dive for 200, it'll do 300. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty nice. And he's a basic on top of that. And then for 3 grass, Mountain Thrust, 170 damage. Discard 2 cards from the top of your opponent's deck. Mill is mid, but when it hits, because not very many cards in this game that get item cards back, so if any. So I think Mega Heracross is going to be pretty decent. I'm wondering why they made him grass and not fighting. That's a little weird. But hey, whatever. I think he'll see some niche play here and there. Maybe in like a Mega Venusaur deck. And with obviously Teal Mask mid pawn. I hate that card. But moving on. We've got a Lotad Ludicolo line. Headbutt, 90 HP, Mega Drain, 30, deal 30, healed 30. And then we've got the Ludicolo here. So Excited Healing. Once during turn, if you have a Grass Mega Pokemon EX in play, like that Heracross, you may heal 60 damage from one of your Pokemon. You'll probably play this in tandem with that. Even that new Meganium from the battle decks that are coming out, or that did come out for the pre-releases. And then for a Grass and a Colorless Knockdown, just doing 120 damage. Kind of mid. Just whatever. You're going to really have it in here. It's going to sit on your bench for its Excited Healing ability. Not too shabby. We got a new Genesect. Bugs Cannon for 1 grass. Choose up to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Attack does 20 damage for each grass energy attached to this Pokemon. It's a basic. We've got a Low Kicks. Oh, wow. Jump Shot. Not worth it. We've got a new Charmander line here. We've got basic Charmander with 80, so no Buddy Poff in Search. With the ability Nimble, if this Pokemon has no energy attached to it, retreat cost is 0. Kind of whatever. Live Coal for 20. I don't think it's better than what we do have. We do have the 110 Charmeleon, though. That's pretty nice. That's the highest one we have right now. With Steady Fire Breathing doing 40 damage. So this might replace a couple of other Charmeleons that we run, besides maybe the one with Flare Veil. Mega Charizard EX, Mega Charizard X EX, we already went over. Moltres. So Fighting Wings, for one fire, it's a basic, 20 plus damage if your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon EX. In this day and age, it will be. This attack does 90 more damage. It's okay. It's alright. Moving on, we got a Darmanitan. We've got a Reshiram with Burning Flare for 4 fire. 240 damage, Pokemon does 62 itself. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, but it's a lot to build up. It's a lot to ask for. Oricorio, we've already seen. This Dugong is new here, so it's got the ability Thick Fat. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from the attacks of your opponent's fire and water Pokemon, it seems. And then okay, so pretty good. Still dies to electric, though. And then for one water and a colorless, Slam, 70 damage, and then flip 2 coins. This attack does 70 damage for each heads. So you can hit some pretty high numbers. That's actually not too bad. That's not too bad. Water's kind of water doesn't really have a place though. There are no water decks really. There are no good water Pokemon besides that stupid thing, Wellspring. Yeah, that thing's stupid. We've got a new Mamoswine line here. With the attack Wreck, 3 colorless, 120 damage. If there's a stadium card in play, it does 120 more. Then discard it. Not too shabby. 240. And then Blizzard for 3 colorless and a water, 200 damage, and discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. I don't really think you're going to run this, but it's funny. We got a new Suicune here. 2 water, Crystal Force, 30 plus damage. If you have 3 or more water energy in play, this attack does 90 more damage in play. So that doesn't have to be on him. But again, water is like non-existent right now. This is what I'm excited for. Look at him. Look at him. We got some stuff. So we've got a new Piplup, 70 HP, so he is Buddy Poffinable. And for one colorless, call for support. Search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Really not bad. Really not bad. Pretty solid versus that call for family thing. And then Tackle does 20. Evolving into him, we've got Prinplup. Pectus does 20. For 3 colorless, we've got Aim and Dive. It does 70 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So, bench, active, pretty decent for sniping a lot of like little basics before they can set up. Although it is on a stage 1, so could be kind of slow. But you know, if there's a Piplup and a Priplup, there's a Napoleon, baby. But we'll get to him. We've got this Rotom EX with the ability Multi-Adapter. We've seen this. Yamper into Boltand, mid. Mismagius, we've seen this, but we'll go over its ability. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, when your opponent switches into a new Pokemon, it's now confused. Okay, not too bad. And then for 2 Psychic, 6 Magic. Ooh, 6 Eyes. Ooh. Does 150 damage. You may draw cards if you have 6 in your hand. That's pretty good. It is on a basic 260. Not too bad. With 1 retreat cost. It is weak to Dark, though, and Dark's pretty prevalent right now. So I think it'll see some play, not sure in what, but could. Moving right along, we've got the Zacian, we've got this Bramblegas. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, active Pokemon is now confused. We've got Paldean Tauros, we got a Gliscor line, and we got this new Flygon line. This is pretty cool. Okay. So the ability Flapping Sand here. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, or when this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack of your opponent's Pokemon, mouthful, you may discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. Really, really not good. And then for 2 fighting, Cutter Wind does 130. Oh boy, they're just never going to give Flygon good cards, are they? So we've got a new Weavile line. We've got Mega Sharpedo X. We have seen this. These are some of the other stuff that they're trying to translate here, but we're not waiting. This is their new Toxtricity that we've seen. A Bronzor, Apom, Yap. Okay, so Jumbo Ice. This is a new card. So it's an item. Heal 80 damage from your active Pokemon that has 3 or more energy attached. It's alright. It's okay. I can see this being run in like maybe like a Teal Mask deck, but I can also see it not being run like at all. And then we got Heat Burner, which I think we've seen this already. You may discard one basic fire energy from your hand in order to play this card. Or you must. Choose a Pokemon tool, special energy, or stadium card your opponent has in play, and discard it. Ooh, this is definitely a very, very good card for fire decks. I can even see other decks playing just like a rogue fire energy just to use this. This is pretty cool. I mean, there are decks that play Chi-Yu anyway, just for the Goldango matchup, so they run a fire or two, so why not play this too, right? This is really nice. Discarding like a Neo Upper Energy, discarding like a Jamming Tower, discarding like any Pokemon tool like a Maximum Belt. Ooh, not bad. I like it. And then we've got Sacred Charm down here. The Pokemon this card attached to takes 30 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon that have abilities. It's alright. I think Bravery Charm's a little better. Although this can go on any Pokemon versus just a basic. We've seen Grimsley, we've seen Fire Breather, Vertigo Valley, new Stadium. So confused Pokemon, both yours and your opponent, don't recover from confusion when they evolve or devolve. There's a lot of cards here that are enforcing confusion, I see. I don't really think this is good. I don't think this is good. Prove me wrong. Somebody prove me wrong. And then some comments. So there are a couple cards that we missed because they have not been translated yet, but we're going to go over those right now. So bear with me. These are rough translations, but that's okay. It's something. So we have another stage here. We've got Battle Coliseum, and it reads, all of your benched Pokemon are not affected by damage counters placed by your opponent's attacks or abilities, but they still take damage from attacks. So in a layman's terms, Phantom Dive is now not putting 60 damage counters on anybody. That 200 damage Phantom counters, yeah, none of that shit is happening. None of that shit is happening. You're still going to do 200 damage to the active, but this protects... this also protects from Shadow Bullet. I mean, move over Shaman. We don't even need Shaman. I mean, this protects from... Oh, you know what? No. Actually, I don't think it protects from Shadow Bullet because it doesn't place damage counters. It just does 30 damage. So Shaman still actually has a spot. Shaman, disregard the disrespect I just gave you. But yeah, this is pretty decent. I can definitely see this being teched in or playing against the Dragapult, to make Phantom Dive less impactful. Moving right along, we got something I'm so excited for. Oh my God, I will try to make this work as best as possible. So again, bear with me with this translation. So we've got a Stage 2 Empoleon EX, Steel type, 320 HP. He's big body. And he's got the ability Attack Defense, I think is what it's called. Like I said, we'll come back to this. But it reads, this Pokemon is unaffected by the opponent's Pokemon's attacks. So what I think that means is like abilities from attacks, or like, so if an attack does confusion, it won't be confused. TM Devo does not devolve this. Attacks that poison, nope. That's what I'm gathering from that. Again, we'll come back to these translations, but I think that's what it's saying. And then it's got Iron Feather for 210, for 2 metal and a colorless. It does 210 damage, and during the opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 60 less damage from attacks. That's really good. He's already big and buff. We're definitely going to visit him. We're definitely going to make a deck and video out of him. I'm super excited. And another card we got to is this Mega Lopunny EX. So we've got her revealed. 330 on a stage 1 is nasty, but it's a Mega. Pretty decent artwork on this too. So Mega Lopunny reads, it's for 1 colorless. It's got Ship Strike, I think, 60 plus damage. If this Pokemon is sent from the bench to the active this turn, it'll do 170 more damage. So you can hit pretty good, and it's only for 1 energy, and it's like a really nice quick. So you bench it, you can do a switch, or you can retreat right into it and smack for a good clean amount of damage. Not too bad. But after that, it's only doing 60. But then its other attack here, 2 colorless, Spike Hopper. For 160, it does 160 damage, and then you move, and then this attacks Spike Hopper's damage is doesn't take into account effects from your Pokemon's active Pokemon. Okay, so it's like what's the card name? I forget, but it's like the attack from a Cornerstone Ogerpon, where it just kind of it doesn't it's kind of like that, where it kind of like ignores effects. Damage from this move doesn't take into account effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. I think it just ignores abilities or ignores whatever effect it's got going on. I could be wrong. I could be like embarrassing the hell out of myself. I don't care. One of you will either correct me, or by the time this is up, the translation will be out. But I think Mega Lopunny is going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be that great. It's got a lot of HP for stage 1 too, so we'll have to see. And then the last card we are going to translate is actually here on the Twitter. We've got Dawn. So Dawn reads, search your deck for a basic Pokemon, a stage 1 Pokemon, and a stage 2 Pokemon. Show them to your opponent, put them in your hand, shuffle your deck. So she searches for an entire line. And it's not just that specific line. Any basic, any stage 1, any stage 2. You've got, nowadays decks like to set up multiple stage 2 Pokemon or stage 1s, and they like to get multiple things into play. You know, a lot of support Pokemon, backup attackers. She can take 3 of those for you and just out of the deck. Just like, oh bro, take them. We got them. That's pretty good. I can definitely see Dawn being a pretty good card going forward. But yeah, that's all that we have revealed. There are some cards that we missed because I'm not going to wait for those translations. I just kind of wanted to do the ones I thought were important, or the ones that I thought would be like the most hyped I am for, specifically this big man right here. But I think the Dawn card is very impactful as well. So yeah, we're just going to have to, like I said, the translations will be out momentarily. And we're going to see how we get this set in November, but we'll get a little sneak preview the end of this month, September, in Japan to see how it performs. So yeah, until I know I've been slacking on news, guys. It's just been, news videos are kind of tough to make. Like, I know they're easy. Saying tough is silly, but like, if you're not first or on top of them, and I'm usually like elsewhere, and they're not really planned because they're spontaneous, they drop whenever, it's kind of hard. And at that point, sometimes when I get to it, it's just like everybody else has done it, and it's like, what's the point? But if you guys like it, I'll keep bringing it to you. And if I can, I will. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Drop a like, drop a comment telling me the correct translations, because I know Google didn't do that shit correctly. And subscribe so you don't miss out on any cool, exciting stuff I got coming your way. But until the next time, take care, stay blessed.